The story begins with a girl named Kirby, who is just stepping out of a mall after grabbing some snacks. As she heads towards her car, she's approached by a woman named Ruby, who frantically asks for help. Ruby claims her husband is seriously ill, infected with some kind of virus, and pleads with Kirby to call an ambulance. Confused and unsure of what's really going on, Kirby tries to help but ultimately decides to leave. As she drives off, Kirby chats with her boyfriend, but suddenly, her phone signal drops. Not long after, a police officer pulls her over for speeding. After checking her license, the officer issues a $500 fine. Kirby protests, but the officer insists she pull over and rest for an hour before continuing, also warning her to stick to the speed limit next time. Later, when Kirby wakes up, her car won't start. She contacts the car company, and a man named Max answers the call. She explains the situation, and Max tells her that a repair team is on the way, but she must stay put and wait. Hours pass and night falls. Still, no one shows up. Kirby calls Max again, frustrated and anxious. Max admits something strange is going on. He messaged the team, but they haven't responded. He warns her not to accept help from anyone else and assures her someone will arrive soon. Left with no options, Kirby attempts to fix the car herself but fails. Suddenly, a man appears, only he's not normal.
He's turned into a zombie.
Horrified, Kirby tries to defend herself. She hits him with a tool, but the creature gets back up, forcing her to retreat into her car. Panicked, she calls Max and explains everything. Max tells her to remain calm. He's been hearing reports of people going mad due to a strange outbreak, and it's no longer safe outside. Not long after, a squad of zombie hunters arrives, slaughtering the zombies around her with brutal efficiency. The team captain approaches Kirby and questions what she's doing there. She tells him her car broke down, and she's been waiting for help. The captain coldly replies, "No help is coming." The team decides to spend the night at the location. They offer Kirby food, and though hesitant at first, hunger eventually gets the best of her. But to her shock, she sees the team cutting up zombie flesh and eating it like it's normal. Disgusted, she initially refuses but later gives in. When she asks if they're afraid of turning into zombies from eating the infected, the captain laughs. He explains that infection only spreads through bites, not consumption, and they stay in groups to watch each other's backs. Curious, Kirby asks how the outbreak began. The captain admits he has no idea. He woke up one morning surrounded by the undead and has been surviving ever since. When Kirby insists on heading back to the city, the team mocks her, claiming the entire city is deserted, completely overrun, and hopeless. Things turn darker when the captain makes a move on Kirby, trying to force himself on her. She pushes him away and refuses, but he gets aggressive, saying, "You can't say no. I saved your life." The other team members join in, trying to restrain her. In a rush of adrenaline, Kirby grabs the captain's gun and shoots them down one by one. When she runs out of bullets, she beats the last attacker to death with the butt of the gun. The captain, terrified by what he's seen, flees the scene in one of the team's cars. Kirby returns to her car. As the sun rises, she heads toward the city, desperate to find her boyfriend, Vincent. Max contacts her again, pleading with her not to go. The roads aren't safe. Zombies could be lurking anywhere. But Kirby, determined and afraid for Vincent's life, doesn't stop. Even though the roads were dangerous, Kirby tells Max, "Staying here is just as deadly. No one's coming for me. I'd rather keep moving than die waiting." Hearing the desperation in her voice, Max finally agrees and advises her to stay inside the car while traveling, so she can at least hide if needed. Kirby pushes the car forward bit by bit, slowly making her way down the road. The physical strain makes her drink more water, but her supply is running low. Max gently reminds her to sip carefully and conserve what's left. As they talk, she asks Max about his family. He tells her he has a wife and a little boy. The thought of loved ones tugs at both of them. But deep down, Kirby fears what will happen once her car battery dies, because then, even Max's voice will be gone. Further down the road, Kirby spots a familiar vehicle. It's the police officer's car, the same officer who found her earlier. She approaches it, hoping for help, but the car is empty and the tires are flat. She calls out over the police radio, silence. Defeated, she returns to her own vehicle. Suddenly, her phone rings. Vincent is calling her by mistake on video. But what she sees crushes her. He's with another woman. Before she can process the betrayal, a zombie breaks into their room and attacks them. Kirby watches helplessly. Soon after, an old man appears near Kirby's car. Oddly enough, he's surrounded by zombies, but they're not attacking him. They're chained almost like pets. The old man offers to help her and says his house isn't far. Kirby hesitates, saying she has nothing to offer in return. But the man tells her he just wants survivors to gather in one place so they can fight back together. He takes her to his house using a cart pulled by zombies. Once there, Kirby eats, rests, and takes a much-needed shower. Later, she finds the man feeding his pet zombies. Disturbed, she asks, "Do you really think they still feel anything?" In response, the man violently kills one of them, tears in his eyes. When Kirby invites him to come to the city with her, he declines. "I have nowhere to go," he says. "Take whatever you need." Kirby loads up on supplies, but her car won't start. She begins walking on foot. As she turns back for one last look, she hears a gunshot. The old man has taken his own life. Moving forward, Kirby stumbles upon Ruby, the same woman who had first asked for help. But now, Ruby is a full-fledged zombie and lunges at her. Kirby bashes her skull with a stone until she's dead. Then she enters Ruby's van and calls Max, saying, "I'm coming to get you. Be ready." Suddenly, Ruby's young daughter, who is hiding in the van, attacks and bites Kirby on the arm. In shock, Kirby shoots the girl and, in a desperate move, burns the bite with fire to stop the infection from spreading. She drives the van into town and finds them all. Inside, she treats her wound and finds a gun shop where she arms herself with weapons. As she steps outside, she hears gunfire and sees someone shooting at zombies. It's the leader of the zombie hunter team. He somehow survived. But while distracted, a zombie bites him in the leg. Bleeding and in pain, he begs Kirby to kill him. She coldly shoots him in the leg instead, leaving him for the zombies to devour alive. Kirby continues her journey, mowing down a few more zombies on the way until she arrives at a gas station. But it's abandoned. Only the undead remain. She takes them out one by one. Fully equipped now, she heads to Max's office to rescue him. There, she meets a woman named Sarah, who tells her that several survivors, including Max, are on the roof. But the situation is tense. Some of the people want Max to leave, but he refuses. "We're not leaving anyone behind," he insists. Kirby reaches the rooftop, and Max's face lights up with joy when he sees her. But there's no time for reunion. The zombies are climbing up. Kirby hands out guns and ammo to everyone she can. They fight back fiercely, but more and more zombies keep coming. Realizing they're outnumbered, they all start jumping off the building, one after another, trying to escape. But when Max's turn comes, he's bitten. As the infection spreads through Max's body, his strength begins to fade. His eyes darken. His voice trembles. Everyone around them watches in silence, then walks away. "There's no saving him now," one of the survivors mutters. "It's over." But Kirby refuses to give up. With tears in her eyes, she pleads, "We can burn the wound. We can try to stop it." Still, no one listens. One by one, they leave Max and Kirby behind. Max, now barely holding on, looks into Kirby's eyes and gives her a weak smile. "You have to go, this isn't the end," he says. "Keep moving forward." Live. Kirby breaks down. Deep inside, she knows there's no saving him anymore. The man who kept her going all this time is slipping away. She holds him tightly, whispering a goodbye. Then, with a trembling hand, she raises the gun and sets him free from the pain. Afterward, something inside her changes. With cold determination, she fights through every zombie in her path, no longer with fear, but with fury. Every swing, every shot, every step forward is for Max. Then, in the middle of this broken world, something unexpected happens. She finds a small dog, scared, alone, but alive. Kirby smiles for the first time in days. She gently picks it up, cradling it in her arms. "You're coming with me," she whispers. With blood on her clothes, a gun in her hand, and a new companion by her side, Kirby walks off into the distance. The road ahead is uncertain, but she's not giving up.
Not now.
Not ever. And with that, the story ends. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.